Hey everybody. Hey, I want to thank you for your prayers. School started again on Monday with all grades from preschool all the way through sixth grade are back on campus. The kids are smiling, having a great time, wearing masks and distancing. So there's a lot of details to take care of. Your continued prayers are very much appreciated. But it is really exciting to kind of have all that life back here on campus every day, and the kids just seem to be loving it. So thanks again for praying, and please keep praying that everything will continue to go smoothly. Um, Also, I want to thank you for your continued financial support. Giving has been really good, and we're very appreciative of all of that. Um, I know that with the pandemic and all, that it has to have been difficult to keep things up, but we really are grateful, and the Lord is using all of your support in good and profitable ways. Um, we are sliding behind a little bit in terms of our mission support. And if you don't understand how that works, it's like this. Basically, every dollar that you designate to missions goes to missions. If you designate to just general missions, we divide it amongst the missionaries that we support. If you designate to a specific missionary, we make sure that every dollar goes to that missionary. But if you don't designate anything to missions, then they don't get anything. So it's helpful if you remember that, and if you could mark on your offering envelope, or if you're giving online, just drop down and designate a portion to missions. People are out there on the front lines doing the work every day, and they still got to eat. So any way that we can support them would be great. Also, I wanted to remind you that this Sunday morning, 10 a.m., we'll be meeting in the parking lot. That's February 28th, for another one of our parking lot gatherings, worship service, time together. I'm looking very forward to it. We'll be in John chapter 8 this week. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all there this Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Bring a chair. So today I wanted to spend a little time talking to you about a passage out of James chapter 1. And the reason I've been thinking about this is that, we've been in this lockdown from the pandemic for almost a year now. It started for us here at church on March 13th, so we're just a couple of weeks away from reaching the 1 year anniversary. And I know that for many of you, this has been a long haul. It's been, quite an ordeal, really, to be isolated and separated, only being able to get together here and there, having to do so with masks on, or distancing from each other even then. Some of you have lost your jobs. Some of you are still looking for work. It's been a financial burden on many. So I do understand, that this has required a good deal of endurance for us to go through this, and we've still got, who knows how long more to go, the way things are happening around us. But I think this verse speaks specifically to this issue. This is James chapter 1, verse 2. And it says, "Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials." It's a command. Consider it all joy, brothers, sisters, when you encounter various trials. Doesn't seem like a logical thing, does it, for us to be excited about the problems that we're facing? And yet he gives us a reason why he says this. He says, knowing this, verse 3, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And that's what we've had to do, whether we like it or not. We've had to endure for the last year, week after week. We started off with 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and now we're a year into this. And even with the vaccine, it seems like our government officials don't want to give us any light at the end of the tunnel. And so we're continued to endure. And what James is saying is that that's the purpose of it, that God allows trials in our lives, struggles in our lives, difficulties in our lives, in order to produce in us a certain amount of endurance, a kind of steadfastness, a willingness to hang in there no matter what, to trust him, to look to him for answers, and to know that he's got our backs, our fronts, our sides, our ups, our downs. No matter what, Jesus is caring for us. And so he says, consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And then he says this, and let endurance have its perfect result, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. He's saying to us, look, when you're going to have trials, there's going to be struggles in your life. And this year has produced a whole boatload of them for all of us. But he's saying, understand this, that God uses those things to produce a steadfastness of faith, an endurance of faith in us. And if we'll let it have its result, the target that it's shooting for is to make us mature, to as he puts it, actually, he says, let it have its perfect result, so that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. The word perfect in the Bible is this word teleos. And it's like, when we use a telephone, telephone, we pick up the telephone and we talk to the other end. Teleos refers to an end. God has a goal in mind, and that goal is to produce in you and me a level of endurance that will allow us or enable us to be able to face anything, knowing that God is with us. To be able to trust him in the midst of any circumstance, knowing that he will see us through that circumstance to the other side. Jesus is with us. He promised to be with us to the end of the age. So let's look at this situation that we're in right now and be asking God to use this to produce in us that endurance that makes us useful and complete, mature in him, right? We want all things to grow up into him, all things including you and me. Our God is good. Our God is real. Our God is large and in charge. And he will use everything that comes into our lives for good. He promises that all things work together for good. So I know this has been a tough year. I know that it may not get better soon, or it may get better soon. I don't really know. But what I do know is that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever, and he is with you and me no matter what. Hang on to him tight. May the Lord bless you, and may he grow your faith each and every day. You guys have a great week. I'll see you on Sunday.